It's just a fanfiction, a story written by me, writer. This has nothing to do with mentioned idol, BTS members, real-life event, behavior or characteristics. Pics, sound, videos which are used in this video are not mine. Credit goes to rightful owners. But the editing and the storyline is mine. Do not copy it. I have written the story almost 2 years ago, so it's cringy. You have been warned beforehand. Sitting in the office, 2 women were talking while working. Do you know writen? The said women looked at the other. What rain? That our company is sold to someone and there will be a new CEO from tomorrow? Yeah, I know, Millie told me. She also told me our management has decided that I will be the new CEO's assistant. That's nice. But don't you think this will be very tiring for you rather than being a normal employee, considering the fact that you are 5 months along? I know, but I have to. The pay is double than I am getting now. Plus, I have worked hard also. And you know, right, in your company, maternity leave is only for 6 months. So, if I need to stay home with my baby more than that time period, I would have to leave this job. So, I need to be financially prepared beforehand. I can understand being a single mother is not easy. Don't hesitate to ask help from me though. I would love to spoil your child. Yeah, why not? Smiling, they both resumed their walk. At night, Ryan's house. Such a tiring day. You know, baby, today was so hectic. But I have finished all the pending work. From tomorrow, I will be doing a new project with new CEO. Resting on her bed, Ryan murmured while her feet were dipped in lukewarm salted water. Nowadays, it gave her the relaxation she needed after a long day at work. Her eyes were closed, savoring the relaxation that lukewarm salted water gave her. At that time, she cannot help but remember the time she spent with her lover. A couple dressed elegantly sat on either side of the restaurant table, tossed the wine glass while saying happy anniversary. I can't wait to get married to you. A giggle left her mouth hearing him. Is that so? Then mister, have you thought how many kids we're gonna have? Obviously I have thought it. We are not gonna stop before 5 kids. Her mouth fell open hearing him. What? 5 kids? You do also think it's let's ride? Me too. You are impossible, crazy. Only for you though. Both burst into laughter. Ryan's thoughts were interrupted when she felt a slight movement in her belly along with a dull pain. She smiled, knowing very well the cause of it. She placed her palm on her baby bump and said, Now someone doesn't seem to like sharing their mother's attention, huh? Don't worry, my precious. Mom will love you unconditionally always. Is everything ready for tomorrow? Yes, sir, everything. He cut the call and looked in front of him while fisting his palms. I need answers, Ryan. I need answers from you for leaving me 6 months ago just with a note saying you fell out of love. I need answers as in what went wrong, where I went wrong. You can't just walk on me like that. Next day. Ryan was entering her office while shying heavily. Today she came very late. If she was even 1 minute late, then there would be a red mark beside her name on register. She was about to sit on her desk, but Rain came towards her while saying, "Oh, Ryan, you came at the right time. The new CEO is now calling for his secretary. He is in his cabin. Go fast." Okay, Rain. She nodded and went to the CEO's cabin. Ryan reached the cabin and pushed the already open door while saying, "You have called me, sir." Her words got stuck in her throat, seeing the person sitting on the CEO's chair, the person whom she thought she wouldn't be seeing anymore. "Why are you standing there, Miss Lee? Come inside," he said while looking through a file. Her grip on the doorknob tightened as she felt a little overwhelmed. He, that moment, closed the file he was seeing and looked at her face. "Come inside, Miss Lee." She heard his cold voice and somehow collected herself. She then went inside and bowed at him. "Morning, sir." He nodded while his eyes roamed at her whole self. "Do you think you can be my secretary, Miss Lee?" "Of course, sir. Why do you ask though?" "'Cause your conditions seem to tell otherwise, miss. You should go back being usual desk employee." "I have worked hard for this opportunity, sir. I can assure you I can do this job very efficiently. If you say so, miss. But mind you, I won't tolerate any delay of work or go easy on you just because you are pregnant. I hope to get my works done." "I understand, sir." "Good. Now schedule my meetings for tomorrow and tell me about recent projects." "What would do rather than being a sage?" "Ha, liar. Can't even eat vegetarian food for 1 day and would be a sage." "You underestimate me, my lady. I can't even leave my pride for you." Wayne took the pillow and started to hit him while laughing. Are you a child or what? Standing in the balcony while it's raining? Don't you know how severe it becomes once you catch cold? He scolded her as he was towel drying while his hairs was pouting. Why did you even order spicy food if you can't handle it? She rolled her eyes as she saw him gulping milk after having half of his spicy ramen. He sheepishly smiled at her. Need to level up my spice tolerance, right? Unless how would you enjoy meal with me from the same plate? Aish, this cheesy boy. She wrapped her arms around her baby bum and cried more while caressing it. Few days later. Sir, Mr. Waste wants to reschedule his appointment with you, and this is the file you asked me to bring. She handed over the giving new appointment if I am free. But Miss Lee, I called you almost 10 minutes ago. Ryan looked down at his cold voice. It's been few days since they were working together, and true to his words, he was very professional with her. He was behaving very cold with her, which made her eyes welled up. Sir, I was at the washroom. Again? Aren't you said this 1 hour ago also? Sir, due to my condition, I need to use it more often. But it's too time consuming, miss. You know what? Just ship to my cabin. Sorry, sir, come again? I hate wasting time by repeating words. I mean to say, sir, why? It's already a waste of time for you to come to my cabin faster. Also, your frequent washroom breaks. I need to make up for the time somehow, right? So sit here from today onwards. But sir, what would other employees think? I have another option for you too, miss. How getting fired sounds to you? I would bring my things here also then. Someone to arrange a desk for me. Adequate. She bowed at him and left from there. He left a sigh and rested his hand on the chair while running his palms through his face. While sitting behind their respective desks. Occasionally, low groans were leaving her mouth due to backache. Though he didn't talk to her nicely or glanced at her softly from the past few days, he noticed how her back was aching. He still felt pain hearing her low groans. He noticed how she would slowly get up from her seat, how she had set alarms for drinking sufficient water, how she massaged her lower back and thighs while doing her work to lessen her pain. Miss Lee, you can go home now, he said while getting up from his seat after closing the file he was checking. Startled by his sudden voice, she looked at him. But sir, there's still office hours left. I have some personal work today, so I'm leaving early. so you can rest of today's work at your home. Saying this, he left from there without giving her a chance to say anything. She then smiled a little while caressing her baby bump. Now we can walk while resting on our cozy bed. Aren't you happy for Mama, baby? She received a kick in response, making her giggle. Let's go home then. Standing in the parking area, Vayan looked at the heavily pouring rain. Due to this, she wasn't getting any cab. She had to stay at office for more than her known office colleagues, so there wasn't anyone she could ask to drop her home. Please God, help me to get a cab. I am very hungry. Her eyes filled with tears. Miss Lee, why are you standing there? She looked at the source of the voice and found, Sir, there's no cab. He looked at her, whose hairs were messy and eyes teary. I can drop you home. He looked away from her. Unless you want to wait for another man. He gritted his teeth as he said that. She was so busy thinking about her medicines and food that she didn't hear his last words. He placed her palm on her belly and said, It would be too much helpful if you drop me home, sir. Sit in the car then. The car ride was silent, only the sound of heavily pouring rain could be heard. Through the corner of his eyes, he noticed how she curled up by the car window while closing her eyes tightly. She had cupped her baby bump on one hand while with the other she kept massaging her lower back and thighs. Oh, how he wished just to hold her in his arms and say sweet nothings to her ears. But he restrained himself. Instead, he was just driving slowly. He had so many questions in his mind and so many queries. He wanted to confront her, demand the answers, but every time he kept quiet. He kept quiet, seeing her hissing in pain, seeing her exhausted face, just like now. He couldn't bring himself to be another cause of her exhaustion. He asked her address and soon they reached Vayan's home. That time the rain was also pouring very less. We have reached home, Vayan. Miss Lee, thank you, sir. She bowed at him and climbed down the car. He took the car back and U-turned it. He was about to leave the place when he noticed something sparkly on the car seat where she was sitting a while ago. He looked closely and found the pendant. He took it in his hand and climbed down the car. While heading towards her, he was about to call her, but he saw her in the arms of another man. He fished his palm as rage filled in him.